Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is the 11th of June. It is a Wednesday, and the moon is in Sag. In fact, early this morning, we had a full moon in Sagittarius. The spirea is opening up. That's why I'm out here in the front of the house. And it's pretty early. It's about 6 a.m. now. I thought I was going to get to see the moon set. Last night it was overcast for the moon rise. But I did get up a little late. Even though my cat, Charlie, tried to get me up at 5. I resisted. I guess I should have gotten up. But I specifically asked him not to wake me up before 6. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak English sometimes. Anyway, full moon in Sag. This full moon is actually square its own nodes. The moon in Sagittarius, the sun in Gemini. The nodes of the moon, we have the south node in Virgo and the north node in Pisces. And so it creates a square in the chart. These are, whenever we see this, when we see things like this with the nodes, we know that we're at a crossroads. We're at an evolutionary crossroads, and certainly doesn't it feel like an evolutionary crossroads. We also have the moon after the full moon at 8:30 this morning, and the moon moves to exactly square the nodes, the moon in Sag. So the moon is squaring its own node, which means that we're at this sort of crossroads place. And the resolution node for that configuration, the moon square its own nodes, is actually the south node. And the south node in Virgo is the side of letting go. And Virgo can be particular and persnickety, can be over analytical. And the north node is in Pisces. And so in order to really sort of evolve in the direction of Pisces, we need to go back to the past and evaluate through the lens of Virgo what it is that would be best let go. Now, for some of us, it could be a sense of having to be perfect. That could be it. It depends on where the node sits in your chart, wherever you have Virgo. The node, I think, is at around, I want to say 22, 23. So if you have something around wherever that degree of Virgo is, that's where the south node is, and that's the release point. So different houses have different themes, and so there's a theme to this as well. But I would probably mostly say letting go of the need to be perfect, to getting it all right, and a willingness to move forward in compassion and love, and know that that will sort of work as a protection, right? Of course, we still have to be careful. We can't just say, God behind me, and run into the battle without sense in our head, of course. Now, we also have the moon making an opposition to Jupiter, which is also squaring the nodes. Jupiter now in Cancer, but the resolution node for Jupiter squaring the nodes, and it's sort of out of orb. It's been there. It's been this sort of, which way do I go with the information that I have, and the resolution node's been the north node in the case of Jupiter. So it's about moving into the future with the information that you have, with compassion. Okay. So, and we're getting a lot of information still, right? Now, there's other stuff happening. This is a very powerful moon. In fact, this moon was right on the president's sun moon. It was sort of like a full moon return for him. And because the nodes in the sky are square that, we know that he's also at a crossroads. These nodes in mutable signs are asking us to reconsider, rethink, and the like, right? So if he was a reasonable person and he thought, well, you know what, let me pull back. I can still get what I want if I just pull back now instead of, balls to the wall all the time. But I don't really think he has the capacity. He might have had that capacity at some point, but at this point, I don't think he has the capacity. And I think the people that are backing him are so blinded by what they see as the light and we see as the darkness, that they're not going to be able to pull back either. And so I feel like lemmings are all going to sort of fall off the cliff. And we're going to get to see it. We're going to get to see it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be suffering in the interim. And so let's be kind to one another. If we can help somebody who can't help themselves because of their situation, let's make sure that we do that. The Sag moon is really about what we believe in our hearts, right? Sag is I believe. And Sag is also an archetype of truth. So what is the truth of the situation? All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to say about today? I don't think so. If you want a more detailed look at this chart and a discussion about the full moon, I would suggest you check out Ona's channel for Moonshine. We did it about 2 days ago. Monday, I think we did it. We put it out. And you can see the chart and the Sabian symbols and the like. But so if you want to dive a little bit deeper into this moon, you can. You can also see it on my week ahead in June, the first 2 weeks of June. It's on that video as well. The other day, before it started raining, Michael and I were cutting back some more of the knotweed around the garden so that his garden can get some light. And he has planted, and things are growing really well. We had a really rainy couple of days right after he planted, but it was a beautiful, gentle rain, so I think the plants are very excited. And today it's supposed to be pretty hot, so they'll have an opportunity to dry out a little bit and soak in the sun when the fog lifts and we can actually see the sun. Details. All right, guys, have a good day. Much love to you all. If you are in LA, please stay safe. Let's hold the energy of peace and harmony, that those who want to stand up for their fellow Angelino do it in a peaceful and respectful way. We don't want to give these mamalukes they're trying to make shit up anyway, right? But we don't want to give these people anything that they can use against us. We have the power, guys. And this weekend we're going to have the No Kings rallies. If you intend to do those, just be aware of your environment. Go to a place where you feel like if you need to skedaddle, that you have the capacities to skedaddle. If the time comes to move away, to move back, okay? I planted my delphinium the other day. I had to dig out a whole lot of stuff. It took about an hour to make this space for the delphinium, but it's really looking good. Delphiniums are always connected to July, which is my birthday month. And I've never really been able to grow them because things grow so fast here that everything takes over. So you really have to make space for new stuff. And I think that's probably a good way to end this video. Make sure you're making space for the new stuff to come in. Part of that is letting go of the old stuff. And part of that is having faith that we have a future worth moving towards. And that's going to depend a lot on what you do and what you visualize and what you put your attention on. So put your attention on that which you want to bring into the world. Don't let those morons steal your joy. And certainly don't let them steal your neighbors either. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Namaste.